A passenger lays down the law in Liverpool.
I don't give a damn. You get me whoever you want to get me. I'm giving you no more money. Is there something wrong with your head?
And James gets an ear bashing in Bristol.
Don't use Easyjet, they're crap.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
6 a.m. Luton Airport. The first flights of the day are checking in.
Any passports, please?
Each year, Easyjet sends more than 120,000 snow enthusiasts out to Switzerland.
Oh, you're right there.
For Paul and Andrew Glander, today's Geneva flight marks the start of an extreme holiday.
Going for the weekend, are you?
We're going to St Moritz. My son's going to be riding the Cresta Run for the first time, so he's quite excited about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that an extreme type of sport, is it?
Yeah.
Because I used to do a little bit of skateboarding back in the day, as it were.
Well, it's a bit like bungee jumping without the elastic cord.
Oh, I wouldn't be up for that then.
Hi there.
At only 17, Andrew's aiming to become one of the youngest riders to race in the Marsden Cup at the Cresta Run.
All my friends all think I'm a bit nuts, really. I've had a few talks of insanity, but it's quite a peculiar one. Nobody really understands that much. I've tried to explain it, and I've shown them videos and stuff, but no, you've got to really be there to understand.
He's also hoping to beat his dad, who's got more than 15 years' experience of racing on the Cresta.
It's wonderful fun to ride the Cresta Run. Some people look up on it as if it might be a fairground ride. Unfortunately, it's not. It's a very serious run. It has to be ridden, and it's very, very exciting.
Gate what?
Supervisor Leo Jones has just come on shift, and it's not a promising start. It doesn't snow often in Luton, but when it does, there's potential for mayhem. In departures, the early morning Amsterdam flight's waiting to board.
Due to bad weather in Amsterdam, a lot of our flights have been grounded there, which means we don't have an aircraft to operate this 215 flight, which means that we've had to cancel it. What we need to do when you've got your bags back, if you can go to the main terminal and contact the customer service desk, that's where we will start the process of the transfers, and we give you a letter explaining our policy and what we're going to do.
To work.
Okay.
For Suzanne Borneman, the cancelled flight is a huge blow.
I'm really angry. I mean, it's off to work tomorrow. I have to get home tonight. And, I mean, the thing is that there's just no possibility to go home anymore. I mean, arrange something. I mean, please arrange something.
It's going to come up what gate on the screens in just a moment, if you look at the screen.
The weather's set to worsen. It could be a long day for Leo. There are no problems with the weather at Liverpool Airport, but that doesn't mean that things are running smoothly. Margaret Johnston was hoping to check in for her Belfast flight. She says she booked a flight for today. The ticket says it was booked for yesterday, but no one's taking the blame.
You should have checked your confirmation.
Well, I asked for the dates, and the dates that I asked for, I assumed was on the ticket. Maybe I overlooked it to check it. I checked my times. I checked everything else. I didn't notice dates. No, I didn't notice dates. I assumed it was right.
So you never checked it then, no?
And I feeling I'm back in primary school.
You never checked it, that's what you're telling me, yeah?
No, wait a minute, love. Get down on your high horse and listen to me.
You had it here in black and white, and it says the 20th of March.
Look, no matter what's in black and white, what I asked over the phone, I wasn't given.
Margaret's sticking to her guns, and her uncle's backing her all the way.
Now, who's at fault, the professional or the ordinary traveller?
The ordinary
Please.
traveller.
The ordinary traveller.
How am I flying?
Good.
If I asked
Lovely
you,
customer relations.
All today's flights to Belfast are fully booked. Margaret's only option is to pay for another ticket to fly on another day.
I checked my times, yeah.
See the seats for Saturday morning, they're £125.
I say that again, I am paying no more money. You're asking me to pay more money for a mistake I didn't make? I don't think so. You have to get me home when I want home. No way am I giving you more money, love. I paid and I booked it in advance. No, this is not my mistake.
There isn't anything else that you can do.
I don't give a damn. You get me whoever you want to get me. I'm giving you no more money. Is there something wrong with your head?
St Moritz in Switzerland, a winter playground for the rich, famous and the totally insane. Tobogganing Club is home to the famous Cresta Run. It's a 3/4-mile track of pure ice. Riders can reach speeds of over 50 miles per hour. Despite having never ridden the Cresta Run before, Andrew wants to race against his dad in the Marsden Cup. First, he needs to qualify.
Each year you see it and you think, that's steep. But I've been thinking about riding for a while, but looking down there now, it's never seemed steeper.
It really is quite a nerve-wracking experience. But once you actually start on the run, the fear disappears. It's quite strange, and you've got the task in hand firmly in your mind, so I think he'll be OK.
And there's just time for some last-minute advice from Dad.
So you know what to do? Over onto the right-hand side in Curzon. Back on the toboggan, OK? Stay back down Junction Street.
There's no backing out now, it's just Andrew and the course. He's made it, but is his time good enough to qualify?
Right. Well done. Your time, 83.90.
He's done it. Now all he has to do is beat his dad.
It's cool, yeah?
That's what it's all about. Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Luton, and the weather's getting worse.
It's only 3 at the moment. Snow's due to be here till 10, which is a good possible 5 hours away now, so it's going to get thicker. And as it gets thicker, we need more snowplows, and the runway's probably going to close again to be cleared, so it could possibly get worse.
We've just been standing for 2 hours. There's no communication whatsoever.
As passengers become more frustrated, the customer service desk is swamped with hundreds of people who've had their flights cancelled.
It's been absolute pandemonium today. Had about 15 flights cancelled. And if you think that there's possibly 150 people on each flight, and they're all wanting to change their flights to sometime, someplace, somewhere, and they're all full, basically. So I'm glad I'm going. I'm off for 3 days tomorrow.
But first, he has to deal with Suzanne Borneman, who's desperate to get home.
9:15 tomorrow morning?
Well, I want to hear what are other options you have.
Unfortunately, we can't control
Well, is there
snow.
no flight tonight then?
No, it's full.
Full, but I have to work tomorrow. Can you make an
We
exception?
can't do that. It's a full plane. If there is no seat, we cannot put you on a seat that we don't have.
If there is someone not showing up, why can't you put me in that seat? What's the problem if there's someone not showing up? What's the problem?
We don't do standbys. You know, we don't have that.
Well,
we don't have the facility to do standbys. We cannot add. We only know if someone hasn't turned up once the check-in's closed.
There's a problem.
No,
there are many
it cannot be
people.
done. This is the thing.
That's ridiculous. So what can I do now?
You're on a
Just
flight
wait.
at 9:15 tomorrow morning. That's the only plane that we have.
Well,
So that's all done for you.
Really fun tonight. I can't believe.
Good afternoon, Easyjet Customer Services.
I just tell you basically to wait till tomorrow, and you can't take the flight tonight because they won't let you wait whether someone's not showing up, and that's a bit of a thing.
The cancellation means that Suzanne will be spending the night in a hotel in Luton and paying for the pleasure.
It's horrible when someone, especially who isn't from the UK, wants to go home. We've cancelled their flights. There's no more flights to that destination this evening. They're basically stranded. I feel really sorry for them. I hate being in that sort of situation.
It's her mistake, not mine.
At Liverpool, Margaret Jones has turned up a day late for her flight to Belfast. She's still not backing down and is adamant Easyjet have made the mistake.
And you know how stupid I feel? You're starting to make me feel totally stupid. That I can't even make a booking. I don't know when I'm travelling, I don't know when I'm coming home. Well, sure I do.
They don't see it as her mistake, they see it as your mistake, and that's why they're asking you to pay for another seat
Jesus.
in Belfast.
I might come from Belfast, love, but I'll tell you what, love, we're not really totally stupid.
When you booked your flight, the lady's logged it in the system to say that she is
Well,
explaining...
then the lady who logged it in the system obviously has made a mistake. Might have been an oversight in mine, but I booked from Friday to Friday, so...
With no end to the standoff in sight, Leanne decides to call Easyjet customer services to see if anything can be done.
Easyjet have said that they're not going to compensate for the fact that you haven't read your confirmation, and they're saying that they think you've booked the flights wrong.
No, I didn't book the flight
Well,
wrong.
that's your argument with them, and they're saying that the lady who you booked it with has actually put in the booking that she's reconfirmed all your details with you, and you've confirmed them with her. Then she sent you that out, and you never checked it. So now you've got to pay for a seat, which will depart tomorrow.
I have already
But
paid.
you've lost that seat now because it was for yesterday.
You're now asking me for £120 to fly tomorrow? I have to go back down. I have to pay, come up from Wales. I have to go back down to Wales and pay you an extra £120.
There is other flights that later on in the day that are slightly cheaper.
I just want home. I have family at home waiting for me, and I can't stay here. I want home. And you want? No, it's not good enough.
Margaret can either pay another £120 to fly tomorrow morning or £55 to fly tomorrow evening.
I tell you, it's a third world company trying to work in a first world country. That's what it is. It's disgusting. Now they're asking you for another £55 to travel at the most inconvenient of times tomorrow night.
The rows all proved a bit much for Margaret, but she's decided to opt for the cheaper £55 ticket and fly tomorrow evening.
When I asked dates to travel, I expect him to be there. Foresight in mind. I paid dearly for it. I definitely won't be using Easyjet again, never.
There was no argument there. She's had the confirmation for months, and she hadn't checked it, so she'll travel tomorrow. She's probably not happy about it, but there's nothing that we can do, so.
There's no end in sight to the snow chaos at Luton.
Regrettably, Easyjet informed passengers that the following flights have been cancelled.
So far, 17 flights have been grounded, and cancelled flights means more angry passengers.
Could you please make an announcement over the loudspeaker, because we're all standing here like absolute idiots.
It's just continually been airports closed, airports closed, airports closed.
I mean, it's just a few flakes of snow, for God's sake.
We try to encourage people to go home. British being British, you're quite happy standing in a queue for about 5 hours, so they're not going to go anywhere. And if they don't go, we can't go anywhere when it's home time either, so we've got to get rid of them.
There are up to 600 passengers to rebook for Leo and his team, and the queue's getting bigger.
We have been given no information here whatsoever. There are hundreds of people here standing in a queue, and I know that when they get to the head of that queue, they will be told that there is no information.
Even though Bristol has escaped the snow, they're still feeling its effects. Passenger service agent James Densley has been sent to deal with a group of unhappy passengers.
So we've had passengers who have been stranded in Faroe. They're due to go back to London Stansted, but obviously due to the weather, they can't go back there. So what they've done is they've been given the option to come back to Bristol, which, to be honest, they just want to get out of, Faroe and back into the UK. So I'm just going to have a word with them and see what they say.
But there's a problem. While Easyjet made no mention of laying on transport for the passengers arriving in Bristol, they claim their pilot said there would be a free coach waiting for them.
OK, what's happened is, OK, I can get you a coach, that's fine, OK? You're looking at about £600. OK, it's no good taking that on me, is it, really, to be honest? So we're going to sort this out.
We're paid to get to Stansted, right?
Yeah, and obviously it's due to the weather.
It's not our fault.
Well, it's not our fault either.
It's not ours, but Easyjet should cover us for that.
Well,
they
because
should make
it's the weather.
alternative arrangements. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
You can't help the weather, can you, to be honest?
No, we can't. Exactly. Look at us all stranded. There's that poor woman with a child in a wheelchair as well.
I'm trying my utmost to do something for you, OK? You knew you were coming to Bristol and that there would be no onward transportation.
Well, we were told on the plane, announcement on the plane, when you get into Bristol, go to the desk and we'll arrange coaches, or you'll get the coaches, but now they're telling us there's nothing. So.
The passengers can't stretch to £600, so they'll have to complete their journey by train. All James has to do is get them on a bus to the station.
Don't use Easyjet.
Don't use Easyjet, they're crap.
In Switzerland, they're welcoming the snow with open arms, and Paul and Andrew Glanders are about to fight it out for the Marsden Cup.
This is race day. Everybody's feeling a bit nervous, and I'm sure Andrew is too. He's riding 20 riders behind me, and he'll obviously be watching my first ride.
The one person, if asked, that I would like to beat, but I don't think I really have a chance today, is my father.
Basically, if he beats me, then I'll be very proud, but I'll certainly be trying to beat him as well.
At the top, Paul prepares to clock an unbeatable time and show his son what 15 years of racing experience can produce.
Come on! 64.96, 64.96 for Daddy Gander.
It's a good time, but Dad isn't impressed.
Not quick enough. The conditions are very good, so it's going to be very close, I think. I hope he does well. I hope he does well.
Andrew knows his dad hasn't gone as fast as he could, and now he's got a good opportunity to beat him.
Beginner Andrew Gander.
Well done, Andy.
60.1 seconds, nearly 5 seconds faster than his dad. Youth has triumphed over experience.
Well done, son. Oh, what a great morning, eh? What a great morning. Oh, what a great day.
So what champagne is your father going to buy you for your having defeated him so well? Nice.
How does it feel to have beaten your father then?
Good. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
It's back to the hotel to celebrate Andrew's win.
One of the youngest riders we've had, Andrew Glander.
The champagne flows and Andrew can savour the victory.
Cheers, well done.
I need to change times from Bristol Temple Meads to London Paddington, please.
James Densley's waiting with his stranded passengers in Bristol for the bus to take them to the train station.
Well, the coach will be here at 6:30.
Hey, Roger.
5:30, sorry.
5:30. You nearly met a sudden and violent death then.
Oh.
Temperatures are close to freezing, and they've already been waiting outside for 15 minutes.
Bus having arrived. Hasn't arrived. I think we'll have to take a taxi now. We're going to miss this train into London.
But just in time for James, the bus arrives.
Right. Are you able to go into the Bristol Temple? Where are you going to? No, they need to get to Temple Meads.
Unfortunately, it's the wrong one.
Oh dear.
It could mean they missed their train to London.
We had 2 hours to spare at Faro whilst we were waiting for this flight. So if we'd have known, we could have used the 2 hours to, to contact people to make our own plans. We were told that everything should be okay. We opted, do you want to take this flight to come home? And we said yes. We weren't forced to, but we felt that by doing so, it would leave tomorrow 20 people less that Easyjet would have to try and accommodate. We thought we were doing them a favour. Obviously, we haven't done them a favour.
As yet another bus passes them by, some of the passengers are beginning to think that maybe James isn't doing enough.
Madam, I've done my utmost. There's nothing more I can personally do.
Well, you've done absolutely nothing
Well,
apart from delaying us for 2 hours.
That's in your opinion.
No, it's the truth.
Well, it's fine.
After a half an hour wait, a coach eventually arrives, just in time to save James's skin.
You can move mountains for people and that still won't satisfy them. We're normal people. I can't do anything out of the ordinary, really. Obviously, it's upsetting for the passengers. It's distressing for the staff as well, having to deal with it. But we got through it in the end.
At Luton, passengers are going nowhere. While some still queue, others are resigned to spending the night sleeping in the airport in the hope that the weather will improve tomorrow.
Well, we couldn't get back from London until 11, so we'd missed our flight. So we got back and I've just kept down here. We can't get away today either, so we have to stay here until tomorrow morning, I think.
In the 24 hours since it started to snow, Easyjet has cancelled 196 flights. For the staff that did make it into work, it's been a long and tiring day.
I've had problems today that I just didn't think we'd have when I first come into work. I thought, yeah, we might have the 1 or 2 flights cancelled. Didn't think we'd have the quantity of passengers in the terminal that we did have. It's been absolutely mental. One of the worst days that I've had since I've been working here. My day from hell, completely. It's awful.
Suzanne Borneman arrived for her Amsterdam flight the next morning. That flight was delayed until the afternoon, and she never made it to work. The stranded Bristol passengers did make it home in the end, 5 hours later than scheduled.
Ladies
ladies and gentlemen.
Next time on Airline, there's tears in Luton,
I'm absolutely gutted.
a commotion in Liverpool,
No, you haven't. You haven't. We were here on time.
and Leo goes shopping.
Oh no.
It may not be a foodie treat, but it's a treat nonetheless, as The Biggest Losers are given a makeover in a brand new episode starting next over on Sky One HD. And straight after that, 4 women face their own dieting demons in my Big Fat Cycle Challenge at 9:30.